Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Rajesh Yadav and in today's video I am going to cover some more tricky interview questions and answers. Let's move on to the next slide. This is about me and my experience. Let's move on to the next slide. So guys, if you want to learn SAS, you can contact me, and if you are preparing for SAS interview and you need an interview session, you can contact me. Let's move on to the next slide. Here is the first question. What is the maximum number of observations SAS can read? And answer is the number is this. It's a huge number. I cannot read it, simply the what it relates to, but this is a very high number, near to infinite. If you can read this, please mention in comment section. You may be wondering how I reach to this number. Okay, so there is a way to find out. You can use proc options, option equal OBS, and run. So in SAS log, it will show you this is the number of observations SAS can read. This is a huge number. Let's move on to the next question. Explain why observation 6 and 7 have failed value. So here we have source dataset shopping. You can see this dataset contains card number 101 and 102. Shopping platform Amazon, Flipkart, Blinkit, Tata New, Myntra. And this is transaction amount. Then the second data set is status. So it is 101 done, 102 done. T status means transaction status. So 101 card holder made some shopping on Amazon of amount 5,000 and the status is done. That means that transaction is successful. So 102 person made 5 shoppings. You can see it's showing 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on different platforms and its status is showing done. But later on, we get to know that one transaction for 102 card number for Blinkit was failed. So the here status is all the transactions for 102, but one was failed. So we need to change this value when we will merge. Okay, with status that Blinkit should show failed, rest should show done. So this was the code I tried to do. Data shopping status merge, first dataset shopping, second dataset status, and the matching variable or by variable is card number, and then I have given the condition shopping platform equal Blinkit, then transaction status is failed. So when I run this code, I got this one is correct, this one is correct, this one is correct, this one is correct, but these two also showed me the failed. But transaction was failed only for Blinkit. Rest it was fine. So these two 5 and 6 observations should have a T status as done. So why this happened when I run this code? This is something you need to understand and explain. Just pause this video here and try to think what is happening here. If you are able to solve this, that means you have a good understanding of data step merge. If you do not, then resume this video and see the solution. So answer is, the reason is SAS retains variables in merge and T status variable came from status dataset and it got retained. It got retained, and when we have changed the value of T status as failed, this value was retained for rest of the by group. So in simple word, what it is saying, it's like this done value, this transaction is retained in memory, and when you change this value failed, this value got changed and it was retained for all other rest of the observations. So failed, little technical. Okay, I will explain it in a very simple way. Okay, now you tell me what type of merge this is. So when we use by statement with a variable, we know this is a match merge, right? So now we'll find out what type of merge. So for this observation 101, we have 101 only once here, and here we have this observation only once. So this is 1 to 1 match merge, because 1 is here, 1 is here. That means 1 to 1 match merge. But for 102, you can see 102 is 5 times here, and here 102 is 1 time. That means 5 times means many times. So here we have many, here we have one. So match merge is many to one. So now if I'll merge this one, second number observation 102 Amazon, and it will merge with this 102. So this will merge and it will show the status done. Fine. When I will try to merge this observation, Flipkart with 102, now you know that this one is already covered with previous one. We do not have 102 multiple times. So what will happen? How this will merge? So when we have this type of situations, and we already see in answer that it retains the values. Why? Because these values 102 and done, this will be repeated with this observation, because this side we have only one observation and here we have this 5 times. So that's why this value will be in memory and it will keep repeating with rest of the observations. So for Flipkart, this will merge as 102 done. So this will be fine. Now you will see the third one when we see a Blinkit, and here it's 102. So this value should repeat with this also. But what we have done here, we have given the condition. Okay, when shopping platform is Blinkit, then change T status as failed. And this value, we know that this was loaded in memory only once, because we have this value was in PDV, program data vector, in memory, and it was keep repeating with all other observation. So what we have done is we have modified this done value in memory with this failed value. So now in memory this done is not present. In data set it is there, but from data set we have read it once. We are not going to read it again and again from data set, because this value was once, so it has read. But for this data set we are reading it again and again, because there we have multiple observations, but here it is one. So it has read in memory, it was present as done in memory, and when we give the condition this, it has changed this value in memory. So you can, so I am showing it here, just pointing to data set, but you can think of this value is in memory. Okay, from right side of the data. So done was changed as failed. Okay, earlier this value was done, so this value was keep associating with all other observations. So here Blinkit, it has associated and it worked fine. But when it was reading Tata New, then this 102 was merged with this one. Now this value was changed as failed and it will be retained in memory. So that's why rest of the observation will read this failed value again and again. So here it is. So that's why we have this value repeated. Now question can be asked, what change you will do to correct this? So if you understood this, you can pause this video and solve this question. Go in your SAS and solve it. If you are not able to solve it, then resume the video. I'll show the solution. Let's move on to the next slide. So here is the solution. This is the data set. This is the data set. And what I have changed here, if you see, in the status dataset, I have renamed this t underscore status variable as new t underscore status. And then I have given the condition if shopping platform equal Blinkit, then t status equal failed. So I am creating this t status variable. I am creating new t status variable, because the previous one we have in source dataset was renamed. We no longer have t underscore status variable. Okay, we have renamed this as new underscore t underscore status variable. So here conditionally I am creating t underscore status as a new variable. You can give any name. Okay, I gave this t underscore status just so that it will be a related variable, because in source we have t underscore status. So t underscore status equal to failed I have assigned, and if shopping platform is not Blinkit, then there shouldn't be any change. It should be done for all. So I've just assigned the value of previous t status. So because previous t status we renamed it, so creating a new t status and assigning a value of previous t status. So all the values would be same, like done done done. Only the case where Blinkit, then it will assign a failed, otherwise the old status will go. So old status was where in t status, that was renamed as new t status, and I am assigned this here. and then I have dropped this. So now you can see the t status that was renamed, that is coming from source, I have deleted that variable and I have created a new variable. Okay, we have no option but to use this way, because if we try to use the old way, then we know that the values of for by variable and the other variables that got retained in memory. So t status was retaining, but here I renamed this. So this variable was retained in memory, new underscore t underscore status, and we are not using this. We are creating a new variable t underscore status, and conditionally assigning the value. If you see the answer, it will show you this done, done, done. This one is failed. That's exactly correct. For Blinkit, the status should be failed, and for Tata New, it is done. So now it has corrected. So this may be like somebody will ask you that, okay, you need to solve this question only this merge statement along with merging. But there is a simple way of solving this question, and the way is in first data step, just merge it. So merge shopping status by card. So it's a full matching merge I'm doing. So it will merge and it will assign done, done, done to all these values, observations. Then what I'm doing, I'm using another data step and using the merge data shopping status in set and creating the same data set, and there I am giving a condition. So there is no issue with this. It will solve the question correctly. So you can use the other approach. It's very simple one, but if it's required you need to solve this using merge only, then you need to use this. You need to create a new variable and then you will use conditionally. I hope I am able to explain this. Let's move on to the next slide. So that's it in this session, guys. If you like this video, please like the video or subscribe my channel. We will meet in the next session. Till the time, bye and take care.